Hey guys, I wanted to make this video not only to introduce myself, but kind of explain a little bit more about what's going to be on this channel and more about my work, my style, and what I think kind of leads to the overall outcome of my images. Before we dive into that, I did want to ask you to please subscribe, like, comment, share. Any type of engagement helps. This is completely free educational content, and it's totally free to subscribe and show your support that way. So even if you don't have a YouTube channel, I know it seems like one person can't make a huge difference when it comes to supporting a content creator, but every subscription, every like, every comment means the world to me. So I'm Amanda. I'm 33 years old. I have a almost 12-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. I'm located in Southwest Florida. I've traveled all over the United States for weddings and shoots. Last year, I had the ultimate honor of going to Northern Ireland to document an elopement, and it was probably the highlight of my career. So this channel is going to have a variety of different types of educational videos. Watching me shoot, edit, general questions, discussions, basically anything photography related, photography life related, anything that I think would be beneficial for an aspiring or even a current established photographer to know. Most of the editing videos are going to be using these presets, so I would recommend at least buying one of these packs. Most importantly, I do use G presets. It's literally the letter G presets. I use his Mark III pack. That's my favorite pack. It comes with a bunch of different presets, but all still within that same vibe to where, like, even if you interchange which preset you're using, you're still staying within like that consistent vibe. Occasionally I will use Phil Chester. I think it's editorial pack is what I bought. I adore those presets, especially the black and white. And then most recently I did purchase Wild at Heart presets. Those are just like moody goodness. I've only used them on a few shoots, but a lot of photographers that I follow and love their editing, they always use their preset or her presets. So definitely look into getting those packs. Like I said, I mostly do edit with G presets. This is not a paid promotion. They don't even know I'm making this video. They probably don't even know about me. I shoot with Nikon mirrorless. I have a Z6, a Z7, and a Z7 Mark II. I used my Z7 Mark II the most, obviously. I do shoot with prime lenses, so I shoot mostly with my 35 1.4, and then I have a 50mm 1.2. So I shoot with both of those mostly for my shoots. Of course, when I'm shooting a wedding, I bring a couple different types of lenses, including some zoom lenses, because I do like to use zoom lens for reception shots. For the most part, I use Lightroom to edit. I'll usually pull my images into Photoshop just to clean them up or make minor tweaks or like AI something out. So I don't use ACR or anything. I usually cull my images down in Aftershoot, and then I import my selections into Lightroom. I edit them mostly in there, and then if needed, like skin smoothing, retouching, just general cleanup, I'll bring that into Photoshop. So I do shoot in Kelvin, and if you don't know what Kelvin is, it's basically setting your camera to a manual white balance. I shoot a little bit more warm. You don't have to do that. It's just I like to see my straight out of camera shot like chef's kiss, perfect as I can get it before editing. That's just my personal preference, but again, you don't have to do that. Typically, my ISO ranges from 100 to 800. Usually 100 is where it starts at the beginning of a shoot, and then by the end of sunset, it's closer to 800. Usually I shoot families, so my shutter speed's typically at least 1/250th of a second. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. 1/250. And then I do shoot pretty wide open, which I know a lot of people don't. So typically my aperture is anywhere from 1.2 to 2.8. But I've kind of perfected my style in a way that allows me to shoot that wide open. I've made sure that like I've always put my clients on the same plane of focus or like clumped really close. That way I don't get anybody out of focus. And then unless it's like a uncontrolled setting like a wedding or an elopement or an event, even though I don't typically photograph events, I shoot a golden hour. If a client can't shoot a golden hour, I'll do sunrise. If they can't do either, then I'll beg for them to do a shaded location so that we have a little bit of like that forgiveness with the sun. So as much as I am an advocate for natural, authentic moments between family members or between a pregnant mama and her husband, that's just not reality for the standard family or couple. They do need to be posed and they do need to be directed. So I am very, very, very hands-on. You'll see that. But I will say and do things that initiate authentic interactions between them so that I do have that emotive, interactive feel to my images while also making sure that they're perfect as far as how they're posed. If there's anything that you ever want me to make a video on, if I have the answer to it, I will make the video. You just need to comment. Comment and tell me what you want to learn. I am an open book. It doesn't matter if you're local to me. If there's something you want to know, just ask in the comment. Example, my good friend Denna, she had asked if I could make a video on session prep and location scouting, which I didn't even think of that. That is an awesome video to make. I love location scouting. I love finding new locations, and my session prep is pretty in depth. So that would be something that I think is beneficial for someone to know. That being said, I hope you guys enjoy my channel. I hope I'm not too socially awkward. I hope I'm easy to learn from. I hope I explain things in a way that resonate with you. It's important to remember that a lot of the things explained on my channel are things that have worked for me. They might not work for you, or you might have a better way in your opinion of doing things. But I just want to remember to spread love and positivity, and I will see you guys in the next video.